All right, hey everyone, this is the math lesson for Monday, 4/20. Today is about 3D shapes, and so there are two other videos about counting the faces and edges of shapes and recognizing common 3D shapes. Let's just go over an example of showing you what we are doing. Let me open up both of these, why not? So the first practice is on identifying parts of 3D shapes. And in this one, you are primarily going to be looking at faces, and I think it's the faces. So a face is, we would normally call a side. Face is probably, you're probably thinking of sides. So this, is a 3D shape, and it has the top and the bottom, the front, the back, the left, and the right. If these things are confusing to you, the way that these shapes are drawn, the thing you want to keep in mind is these dotted lines are the things that you would not normally be seeing if you were looking at the real shape. This would be like looking at a Rubik's Cube, and you can only see the three of the sides at the same time, or a dice. So the front would be like this represents the front of the cube, and this is the back over here of the cube, right? And then over here, this side would be the left side, and this would be the bottom. These are the red is you wouldn't be able to see. That would be the bottom side, and then you would be able to see the top, which is up here. And you'd be able to see the right side, which is over here. So this has 6 faces. The other shapes that they talk about, let's go in here. You will notice, actually, this is a good time to talk about these things. There's going to be a lot of, because we're in Module 5 now, there's going to be a lot of videos that we don't necessarily assign to you to watch, but they're always available. So if you're doing these types of problems, you can always click on them, like let's say you're doing this problem, area of parallelograms. You can always click on the bottom, right, watch a video or use a hint, and it will give you videos that are related. And so you might not have been assigned those videos, but these videos can help you with the exact thing that you're working on. So let's go to, oh, we're at the very bottom. Counting faces and edges. So faces would be like the sides, you might think, and the edges are going to be, and the edges are like, these are the edges. So you'd have 1, 2, 3. You can't see these back ones, but they're still there, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you'd have 5, 6, 7, 8. On the back, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's actually 12 edges to this. So if you're struggling with this, just go find something in your house that's the same shape, and that will really help you. It's sometimes using these pictures are hard. Another thing you could do is color code things. Use the different colors and be like, oh, there's one, and there's a second one, and using different colors can help you count them all as well. And the next one was identifying geometric solids. Okay, so when you have geometric solids, I'll talk about the differences between geometric solids. This is a cylinder, and basically you've got a couple different types of shapes. First of all, you will have a cylinder is a special one, and that's when the base is there's cylinders and cones, first of all. So let's start with the basic shape. You got a circle on the bottom, and these shapes get their names based off of their base. So a cylinder, or let's start with a cone. A cone's the most basic, and a cone would be a circle on the bottom, and then it goes up like this. That's a cone, right? It has one base, and the base is a circle. A cylinder has two bases, so you'd have another circle up here, and it's a cylinder because it's two circles, right? We have one circle, two circle, and they are parallel across from each other. And these might look like ovals to you, but they are circles because it's just that you're looking at it at an angle. It's like if you look at a soda can at an angle. It only looks like a circle if you look at it from the very top. The other shapes that you will have is they're either called pyramids. So once you get past circles, they're either called pyramids, oh my gosh, sorry, pyramids, or prisms. And what's the difference? Pyramids have one base, prisms have two bases. So a pyramid always gets its name, and both of these you start their name based off of the shape that's on the bottom. So if you have a triangle on the bottom, right, and then it went up, right? So let's say it's a triangle on the bottom and it goes up and has one point. This is a triangular pyramid. If you've got a rectangle, right? So you've got a rectangle and it goes up to one point. That is a rectangular pyramid. If it had if it had 6 sides on the bottom and it went up to a point, right? It's like it goes up to a point. This is a hexagonal pyramid. You take the name of the base and you give it and you say pyramid after. A prism is the same concept. You'd have like a triangle and then you would have another triangle. And if there's two bases, right, this would be a prism. And this is called a triangular prism because there's two of them. And a rectangular prism would just look like there'd be like two rectangles, right? And they'd be like all connected. And that's this is called a rectangular prism because the two bases are rectangles. So the difference is one base is pyramid, two bases is a prism. And that's pretty much how you identify 3D geometric solids.